Good morning, everybody. Today is officially the first day of D23 Expo 2026. We are here at my usual, the Desert Palms Hotel. This is where I've stayed for every D23 Expo since 2019, actually. Love this hotel. So great. But it's a little bit early, but not as early as usual. It's about 8:30 right now. I got a good night's sleep. Left Disneyland around like 10 o'clock, I think, and all the big stores and everything are virtual queue this year, and the panels are, of course, at the Honda Center just like they were last year, so there's really no reason to get there super crazy early and fight the 7-hour line. So we're just going to hang out here, going to go grab some breakfast, and then head on over to the expo. Rocking the Cyclops, but kind of just generic X-Men costume today. I was originally going to do my Fantastic Four suit today, but I do think that X-Men will be the highlight of today, especially at the Honda Center panel tonight for the Marvel section. So we will find out. See if we get that X-Men casting announcement that's been rumored for a while. But let's go get some breakfast. Check out the views of DCA. The views up there are incredible. And then head on over to the Anaheim Convention Center. All right, just finished breakfast, but I had to come and share this view here. It's a little bit different now. So we got Cars Land here. You can see Grizzly Peak right there peeking over behind Cars Land. You got the Tavon Tower here from Mission Breakout. And this whole building is brand new. This is the show building for Avengers Infinity Defense. You used to be able to kind of see into the rest of Avengers Campus and then back by the Carthay Circle Theater. But with Infinity Defense there, that is not possible anymore. But that's a pretty good sized show building. I'm surprised with how close it is. I mean, look, the edge of this hotel is like right there, and the show building right over there. That's crazy. And if you look back this way around the corner, you can see Incredicoaster and Pixar Pier over there. Always love starting the day out here with breakfast. But yeah, let's head over to the convention center now. All right, here we are at the convention center. We are heading down to join the line. The entrance is back over here where the traffic signal is behind DCA. And as usual, we're following the crowd all the way down to the other side of the park in the convention center just to loop our way back around. And just like that, we have made it through security. Not bad at all. Maybe 30 minutes there, but gonna come get our freebies with our lanyard and usually a bag and a map. And then our virtual queue has been called for the YNSD store. So that is where we are heading first. I believe it's over in Hall C. I love getting my lanyards. Look at this Rogue and Gambit banner here. I need that so bad. That is so cool. That can go in the room next to the giant 8-foot-tall Thunderbolts poster. Why not? Here we are right at the entrance of the show floor. We got Camp Rock, we got Tinkerbell and Pan, we got the Mystic Manor characters. That's kind of cool. And then a Stormtrooper and Vader. But let's head on in. Like I said, we have to go straight to our first virtual queue over at YNSD. After that, we'll go and explore the show floor. As always, there is so much to do and so much to get through. But we got to get to that virtual queue first because I'm going to guess that they are not going to let you in late here like they do in the parks. I would have to imagine they're a little bit more strict about that. I already see some cool looking stuff over at the Disney Plus and Hulu booth. I know that X-Men 97 has a present, Vision Quest has stuff. I have got to imagine that Doomsday's got a lot of stuff going on. And then of course the Imagineering booth. Seeing so many awesome cosplays already, I mean left and right. That's one of the best parts here, is checking out everything that everybody's wearing. Disney Plus and Hulu store. Interesting. That doesn't look virtual queue, looks like we can wander in there, so that's good. Bluey movie. Oh my goodness. Passing by the Disney theatrical group here, you can see a large collection of costumes from everything from Disney on Ice to the Broadway shows. So cool to see. Also, one thing I realized is I cannot clip my microphone to my chest like I usually do because this suit is so thick. So hopefully it sounds okay from here. If not, I'll figure out something for next one. Look at this. It looks like one of the new Ice immersive Christmas experiences will be Nightmare Before Christmas. That's kind of cool. We got a beautiful ice sculpture here with the D23 logo. Love to see that. It's coming to the Gaylord Rockies. Interesting. I believe Gaylord Palms is Polar Express this year, so maybe we'll check that out and go make a video out of that. And there is the star of the show, the Imagineering booth, this year called Imagineering Horizons. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Of course, we got some inspiration from Horizons and Carousel of Progress here. I've already seen things posted by WDI. They have lots of models in there for everything from Piston Peak to Monstropolis. I believe some new stuff for Tropical Americas. Look at this concept art. This is, of course, for Carousel of Progress. Over here, we got Tropical Americas with the Encanto attraction, the Indiana Jones attraction. So much. I'm very much trying to focus, but I see so many things in there that I want to go and explore. Looks like we got Villains Land as well over in the Magic Kingdom. But we got to get back to this virtual queue because, like I said, I don't know if they're going to let show up later or not. The goal today was actually for a Ravensburger virtual queue for Lorcana, as well as the Mickey's of Glendale pin store. That did not happen. We ended up with YNSD and then a backup group for the normal Mickey's of Glendale store. So hopefully we can get the others as well. I believe Lorcana has a 1 p.m. virtual queue drop, or maybe 4 p.m. So we will try for that. All right, here we are at the YNSD booth designed by WDI. Quite the line here still for a virtual queue, but hopefully they got some good stuff. I saw at least a t-shirt or something that I wanted online when they posted about the stuff that they were having. All right, here in the YNSD store, here's a look at some of the pins. We got this big chest here. It's about 300, but it is a limited edition of 1,000. You can see some of the bracelets as well. I went and got one of these just simple little pins with the YNSD logo, and then also some shirts. Let's take a look at these t-shirts over here. All right, here's a look at some of the shirts and the jacket that they have. This barcode design is actually UV reactive. It looks really cool. It looks pretty bright here, but it's dimmer until it's UV activated. And around on the other side here, let me show you the shirt that I got. Okay, unfortunately they have a jacket on it, but this is the shirt that I got, the black t-shirt. It's got a list of all the parks all the way around the world: Anaheim, Orlando. I'm going to assume that's Tokyo, then Paris, then Hong Kong, then Shanghai. And then on the back is actually all of the coordinates for the parks. Loved that shirt, really cool. Also, cast member discounts here. That's awesome. Love to see it. All right, we made it through YNSD, so now it is over to the Imagineering booth to go and check out everything that WDI has brought to the 2026 D23 Expo. Cannot wait to see all of the models. I hope they got some updated stuff for last year. The big thing that I want to see is updates on Avengers Infinity Defense here at California Adventure. So as long as we get that, I'll be happy. And then some other stuff for Villains Land would be nice too. So I'm pretty confident that we'll get both. Over on this side of the Imagineering booth, the concept art is for the new Spider-Man attraction coming to Hong Kong Disneyland. And then same for that Mission Breakout style tower. And then you got the Spider-Man roller coaster. I believe Spider-Man roller coaster is Shanghai, and then the Spider-Man drop tower is Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken. There's another cool piece of concept art for that. Okay, here we are, Imagineering Horizons. Let's figure out how we get in and go check it out. Oh my gosh, guys, can you hear that? That is the Test Track 2.0 cue music. That's so cool, I kind of missed that. I used to use this for my alarm. But look at this little souvenir ticket that we got. It says, focus, focus. There we go. That's so cool. It's the Imagineering Horizons with all the updates. We got the Tokyo Space Mountain. We got Tropical Americas, the Lion King attraction coming overseas, Spider-Man Drop Tower. What is that? Is that Pandora maybe? Or maybe that's Cars Land. That's gotta be Cars Land. And then the Indiana Jones Temple as well. But this is so cool. I can't quite read that on the back because of progress is a commitment to people, a commitment to making today and tomorrow the best time of your life. This is so cool. Carousel of Progress. I love that. But yeah, Test Track 2.0 music playing. Let's head inside. All right, here's the entrance to the booth. Promenade of Progress. That's a cool name. I don't really know what's happening over here. It looks like a meet and greet maybe with some Imagineers. They got a map out there of the show floor so you can look at stuff. I guess let's start over here on the right. That seems fitting. Oh my gosh, I already see details on Carousel of Progress over there. I cannot wait to check that out. Let's see what we got here. Looks like Star Wars themed over here. Very crowded in here. This is gonna be tough. But Hugo Sweets and Fizz, that's one of the stands from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Oh my gosh, look at this. We got some animatronic Anzellans over here. Look at these guys. This is so cool. I love the Anzellans. They're one of my favorite parts of the Mandalorian and Grogu. So to see the little animatronics of them is amazing. Look, I see Grogu hiding over here in Hugo's little shop. Looks like Hugo's sleeping, and then Grogu, you can see him picking up over the counter there, or under the counter, I should say. He was using the Force a second ago and moving some drinks around. Look at that. That's so cool. I love that. We also have Imagineers all through this booth, by the way, talking about all the work that they've done on these projects and showing them off to the guests here. So that's one of the great things about the Imagineering Pavilion, is seeing the Imagineers out here interacting with the guests. There we go, look at that again. There's Grogu using the Force and flinging things all around. Love to see it. Over here, looks like we got some stuff about making the new mission for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run with the Mandalorian and Grogu. Look at this, the drinks are like actually coming in and out of this little pod thing over here. I don't know what's going on here, but they were there and then they disappeared. It's like they're serving drinks. Let's come right on up here, look at this. Look at that, so they drop down and then now you have your little Galaxy's Edge themed sodas in here. That's awesome. Oh, and there's Grogu, look at that. This is so cool. I said it was Grogu using the Force earlier. I think it's actually just droids. Little droids bringing the drink around. That's adorable. This is the type of stuff that if we would add this to Galaxy's Edge, this would add so much ambiance to the land. this is what we need. Since we don't have the roaming characters that were promised, and the kinetic, and the interaction that we have with the characters in Avengers Campus, give us stuff like this throughout the land, where guests can come by and just sit and watch these cool animatronics and droids at play. Like, look at that. This is so simple. Please, throw it in Galaxy's Edge or Oga's Cantina, something like that. Okay, here in this room we have a lot. We have Monstropolis over at Hollywood Studios, Villains in the Magic Kingdom, and Piston Peak National Park also in the Magic Kingdom. This looks like our first reveal of the Piston Peak model. Look at this. It is massive. You can see over there they also got Big Thunder Mountain, Rapunzel's Tower, and Haunted Mansion, so you can have kind of a sense of direction here. But this is our first full look at what the land's going to look like. Everything from the Cars attraction to the flat family ride in the middle there. We'll take a look over at it here in a little bit. Lots of detail. Beautiful work. This is very acceptable is the word that I will use for Frontierland. It still gives the Frontierland vibes. Love to see it. Okay, so here on the left is Big Thunder Mountain, and then if you look right over here, this is going to be that Cars off-roading racing attraction, and then I believe, yeah, right here in the middle is this new family ride, which it looks like something similar to Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, which shouldn't really be surprising to anybody. I think that makes complete sense going in there. Just a nice small little family flat ride. Looks like we'll have some shopping or dining here in the middle, but this Cars ride goes all through the entire land. I mean, it's over here in this corner, clear back there at the back. It's on the other side of that mountain. Wow, this is a lot. But yeah, so Big Thunder here. You can see Haunted Mansion over there, and Rapunzel's Tower over there where the restrooms are. It's so cool to see. Over here, it looks like we got a few details for Monstropolis. Let's see what we got. Got some concept art here for the Glob Theater, and then the rest of the land there. Most of this is stuff we've seen, just a little bit more details on the building here. Doesn't seem to be any new looks at the coaster or anything. Just some little sculptures here of some different critters from throughout the land. Of course, last expo we saw the entire track layout for the door coaster coming to Monstropolis, but no new details on that it seems. Maybe we'll see something tomorrow night at the showcase. And last but not least, for in this room here, wow, look at the Spaceship Earth backpack. I've seen these in the park sometimes, but I love this backpack so much. And something, I don't know how they do it, but if you're in the parks, it will actually like sync up with the Spaceship Earth show, so that's really cool. But anyways, last but not least for here in this room is Villains coming to Magic Kingdom. Interesting that they will not call this thing Villains Land or give it any type of formal name. It's still just Villains, nothing else. It looks like here we've got some sculptures for some trees and stuff throughout the land. I am guessing that this area is kind of bare due to the fact that we will get more details tomorrow night about what is going on. I now notice this guy is literally wearing the Epcot cast member uniform. That's interesting. But yeah, I would imagine we'll get more details tomorrow and maybe see some more models throughout here for Villains Land and maybe even Monstropolis. But we do have a few new pieces of concept art cycling through on the TV screen here as well, so that's cool. Over here on the other side of the Piston Peak model, we have the first look at our ride vehicles for the Cars off-roading attraction. Is this going to be called Cars Rally Race, maybe? It says Rally Race up there on the sign, Piston Peak Ridge Run Trail. This concept art's really cool. It's kind of the first time we've seen more details about this. But once again, like, as long as you are not looking at the faces, the eyes and the mouths on the front of the car, this fits perfectly in Frontierland. I'm very happy with this and how this was executed. When it was first announced, everybody was kind of worried we're just going to get Cars Land from DCA slapped in Magic Kingdom, but that is not at all the case. So that's great to see. Over in the next room, we are moving on to Tropical Americas. First, we have our ride vehicles for the new carousel coming to Tropical Americas. All these beautiful kind of Disney-inspired animals. Like you can see here, we got Pua and Eeyore down there at the end. So cool. And I also see ride vehicles for Encanto, which this also means this is the first time that we are getting the confirmation on what the ride system will be for Encanto. It looks like trackless based off of those ride vehicles. Once we get around the corner here, we can take a closer look, but I was pretty confident it was going to be a trackless attraction. I kind of thought that we knew that, but it seemed like we didn't, so maybe not. Okay, here we go. Here are the ride vehicles for the Encanto attraction down here. So cool. Little like pieces of furniture. You got a piano on the front of that one. The other one's like a couch and a little a dresser on the front. The whole story of this is that the casita is coming alive, and it is the day that Antonio is discovering his powers or getting his powers. I don't really know the whole like lore on how they get their powers and stuff like that, but it's something about Antonio getting his powers. Here's a look at a little, I guess it's a capybara, I believe. Then we also got a show scene up here as well for one of the scenes. We'll get a closer look at that here in just a second when we can. But also a lot of videos of the work happening right now in tropical Americas. Looks like we'll also have Heimlich as one of the things, and that guy, is that Ray? Maybe from Princess and the Frog? Let's look at this. Let's look at this model up here. Look at that. So cool. Got all types of animals in there. I imagine this is going to be a very, very animatronic and physical set scene heavy ride, which is perfect. That's what we want. I want animatronics, physical scenes everywhere. Please. I cannot wait. I think this is going to be truly almost a Rise of the Resistance level attraction. This will be the new star of the show for Animal Kingdom. I'm very confident. And then over on this side, we had the Indiana Jones attraction. Not much over here, just a little model of the outside of the temple here. Of course, replacing the current, well, not current, the former Dino Institute. It'd be nice to see a little bit better of a detailed model here of the Indiana Jones temple. And here is a look at the new Carousel of Progress coming to the Magic Kingdom. Over here on this side, we got Act 1, A Giant Leap. The Act 1 is set to inspire by the optimistic, forward-looking design aesthetics of the space age. Imagineers faithfully recreated a contemporary family kitchen featuring authentic cabinetry, countertops, and appliances from the late 1960s. Every detail was selected to transport guests back to the historic night when humanity first set foot on the moon. Look at this, and we got some older pictures of John from previous iterations of the attraction. Here's a look at one of the show scenes for Act 1. I love that. 1960s, that is where we are starting here with this new version. We also got to look at one of John's costumes here, and it also looks like Sarah on the other side as well. Look at that. Tell me that's not Herbie. That's literally Herbie from the Fantastic Four. But anyways, yes, here we got John and Sarah. And then also Rover down there. We can't forget about Rover. Glad to see he made the trip over here. So I should note down here, they are calling him Father, and I assume the other side is Mother. Are they going to change John and Sarah's names? That doesn't, I don't know. I don't like that. That's kind of scary. Please don't change John and Sarah's names. He is John Progress. That's kind of the whole point. Here's a look at Act 4, sorry. You got Sarah here sitting on the front in front of a nice big beautiful fireplace there. No pun intended there. And a few more pieces of concept art for Act 4. Look at that. It gives very like a mix between Incredibles and Fantastic Four. Very Fantastic Four, if you ask me. That's awesome. All right, now that we have finished everything for Walt Disney World, we are moving on to California and the overseas parks. Over here we got the Coco attraction. Once again, this is a very empty area. Have to say that I would imagine we are getting something tomorrow night announced at the parks panel, and then we can start to see more stuff here, because otherwise this is a very empty booth. Over on this side, looks like we have a little bit of a larger model for the Avatar destination. Once again, they will not call this an Avatar Land or Pandora. It is the Avatar destination coming to Disney's California Adventure. We even got the monorail there as well. We also got a ride vehicle out front. But we do know this will have a boat ride. They said it'll be completely different from Navi River Journey and the rest of Pandora, completely unique. This is coming to the Hollywood backlot area over there, kind of by where Monsters Inc. is right now in California Adventure. Let's try to get a closer look at that ride vehicle. Man, that's a big old boat. That's a lot bigger than Navi River Journey, which is great to see. This is very Pirates of the Caribbean, Battle for the Sunken Treasure overseas. I would imagine this is going to be the same ride system. So expect a very, very high-tech ride. Sticking with California Adventure, it looks like we got some models for Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Lab. Look at this. This is so cool. Of course, there's not really much you can see for Infinity Defense because, well, it's an indoor dark ride, so not much going on there. But you can see a lot for Stark Flight Labs here. You can kind of see it's almost like an assembly line type attraction where you're on the Kuka arm going around this like little flight lab, I suppose. Here's a look at the ride vehicle for Stark Flight Labs over here. That's cool. I love the design there. You got an arc reactor on the front, two-seater. You can see up here is kind of a little bit of the inner workings. I'll just change the concept art, but still cool. I don't know that I could ride this ride. It looks very motion sickness inducing, but I will probably try it out. Here's a better look at this side of the Avengers Campus model. You of course got Mission Breakout there, where it's always been. Back there is the entrance to Infinity Defense, and then on the right is Stark Flight Lab. And then we also got that Avengers/Spider-Man drop tower coming to Hong Kong Disneyland here. I love this model. It looks so cool. Like, I love Mission Breakout, but I wonder if this is going to end up being better than our Guardians of the Galaxy version here in DCA. I just love the like Avengers Tower look there. You got a Quinjet up here out front. That's the corner of the Space Mountain on the left side that you can see, but I would assume this is going to be like maybe a restaurant or something out here. And then you got the entrance to the attraction back there. And then you can also see they got their train running through the middle. So cool. This is for Hong Kong Disneyland again. And then over here we have a place for the Disney Believe, of course the newest Disney cruise ship that will be launching next year, I believe. Something new is on the horizon, docking Sunday it says. So expect a lot of news about the Believe. Maybe we'll get a model out here and some details about some of the other like themed areas coming to the ship. We will of course be back here on Sunday to check out all the new stuff here in this pavilion. But we also have an area for Disney Abu Dhabi, which is kind of surprising to me to see that here at this expo. I didn't think we'd see that, but no more details or anything about it here. Just a little TV showing the announcement from last time when they started talking about it. And then last up in this room is Tokyo and Disney Adventure World over in Paris. So first is Space Mountain Earthrise. They just announced that's going to be the official name for this attraction yesterday. Here's a look at the ride vehicles. This is the new Space Mountain at Tokyo. They completely demolished their old one and restarted from the ground up. Is this what we're going to see at Magic Kingdom? There's a chance. We'll find out tomorrow if they're going to announce something, but I love the design of this Space Mountain. Space Mountain Earthrise is probably going to wind up being the best version of Space Mountain that we have. They also have a small area here for the Wreck-It Ralph attraction coming to Tokyo. Not many details on it, just another TV screen showing some Imagineers working on the video screens and such. Another thing that we'll probably hear a little bit more about tomorrow. And then last but not least is the Lion King Land coming to Disney Adventure World over at Disneyland Paris. Last time we saw the big full-scale model of the attraction with the Splash Mountain style log flume. Looks like this time we got a ride vehicle, a show scene, and then a little tree out front here. Let's go check that out up close. You can see there just a standard little log flume ride vehicle, nothing special to be expected. We got Rafiki's tree, and then over here is one of the Blacklight study model for the log flume attraction. Awesome. All right, for now, that is it from here at the Imagineering booth. Remember, progress is a commitment to people, a commitment to make today and tomorrow the best time of your life. I want that quote inscribed on every Imagineer's desk. Not that I believe that Imagineering has anything to do with any of the issues that have been facing the Disney parks lately, but still, that's a great words to live by right there, especially for Imagineering. Right across over here, we have the Lucasfilm booth, and we have a ton of costumes from Ahsoka Season 2. I cannot wait for this. We got Sabine Wren over here on the side. Who else do we have? We have Grandmother. Is this one of the... I don't know who this is. Okay, it must be a new character for Season 2 there. Maybe one of the Dathomir witches is my guess. We also got Ahsoka up front and a younger version of Ahsoka with her little snow outfit back here right behind Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oh my gosh, and Anakin. That's cool. So we were going to have Anakin back in Ahsoka Season 2. Got his lightsaber clipped to his belt there, and he's in his winter gear. Which this definitely means, of course, we are getting some Clone Wars flashbacks with Anakin and Ahsoka here. I love this Ahsoka outfit. This is probably my favorite of the mix. Sorry, I'm really trying to help with the lighting here, but with all the video screens around, it kind of likes to try to blow out the stuff in the foreground. So sorry if some of this stuff is bright sometimes, but Padawan Ahsoka Tano. We'll love to see it. This is kind of cool. We got all the radio station booths over here lined up doing their reporting from the event. I'm, of course, not originally from Florida. Well, we're in California now. Never mind. You get what I was going. Either way, I'm not from California, so I don't know the California radios, but I also don't know the Florida radios. Granted, I don't really know a lot of the Oklahoma radios either because I'm 21 years old and it's 2026. Nobody uses the radio, but oh well, you get the point. Looks like we got some photo ops here in the Animation and Pixar booth for Frozen 3. You can see Anna and Elsa there in their new Frozen 3 attire. I love those outfits. They look really good. Back behind here, you can also see some stuff for Hext. Big Sorcerer Mickey hat. Looks like more Frozen 3 over here. Maybe Kristoff's Finn and Olaf. Lots of stuff and lots of lines here at the Animation and then Pixar, or the Pixar and Animation booth. All right, next up we are heading to the Marvel booth. They kind of stuck them back in the corner of Hall A this time. Kind of they're usually in the middle, closer to the Imagineering booth, if I remember right. But we're gonna get over here. It's all good. We also got the Disney Plus and Hulu booth by where we came in earlier, but we'll get back there later. Marvel first. That's got to be our priority. To nobody's surprise, the line to get into the Marvel booth is absolutely massive. You can see it over there. They do have a TVA experience just like they did last year, but I do know they also have some stuff for Vision Quest and some other movies coming up. Look at this. I believe this is the same banner they had up at San Diego Comic-Con. This is, of course, that piece of art that they released for Doomsday recently. I love it. We got all the new Avengers down there, the X-Men in the middle, Fantastic Four on the right with some of Sam Wilson's Avengers. Awesome. I really hope we get a new Doomsday trailer tonight. Surely we will. Please. Okay, I think we are going to wait for a little bit on the Marvel booth. I talked to Jojo there, and he said that it was like a 45-minute wait for the people he was just talking to. So for the Marvel booth, like, it's the same stuff all week, or all weekend. So there's no reason to really go and wait in line right now. We'll catch it a little bit later today when the line dies down and just wander around and find some other stuff going on the show floor. Over here is the Chevrolet booth, the heartbeat of America, it says. Chevrolet is one of the sponsors here for the D23 Expo, at least this year. Great to see a lovely Chevy Bolt out. It's kind of the big brother for my original car that I had, my Chevy Volt, which was the plug-in hybrid version. I'm also just now realizing this is Flo and Ramon over there in the, what is this, a Chevy Trax? I don't know, Colorado. Yeah, 2026 Colorado, but themed after Ramon. That's cool. I assume you can come over here and spec your own car out and they'll give you the details on it, similar to how Test Track works over in Epcot. Looks like over on this side we got McQueen and Mater. Nice little photo op, and then they also got some bags they're handing out as well. I didn't even realize that this was a painting. He is now back working on the painting of Ramon and Flo. I love it. So it looks like Vision Quest is actually over here in the Disney Plus and Hulu booth. So we can go and check that out right now. It does have a line in front of it, of course, because it's Marvel. What's not going to have a line in front of it? But we got Chad Powers here, Alien Earth, American Horror Story, Vision Quest, Scrubs, Devil Wears Prada 2, got Camp Rock 3, Only Murders in London, Percy Jackson, all types of stuff here in this booth. But look at this Vision Quest booth. I think the line is just for photos, maybe? I don't know, they're doing some other stuff as well. We got a white Vision suit out here. That's kind of cool. Some piece of concept art. Somebody's on fire. I don't know what exactly is happening there, but the walls of that are very reminiscent of the Hex, just a lot more higher tech. Interesting. Okay, so here at the Disney Plus and Hulu booth, we were able to pick up a mystery pin quest card. We got one stamp already just for picking it up, but if you collect 4 stamps, you get a mystery pin. So let's get one from the Vision Quest booth, of course, and then maybe like, I don't really know any of these other shows. Maybe we'll do like Devil Wears Prada 2 and, I don't know, Camp Rock. I know the Jonas Brothers, at least Nick. Nick's about all I know. On the backside of the Vision Quest booth here is Maul Shadow Lord. Very cool statue of Darth Maul here. This is, of course, the animated Disney Plus series that came out just a while ago, covering him, or going through his story in between Clone Wars and Rebels. Love to see it. So intrigued about this show. I just really wonder what it's going to be about, you know? I mean, how is this going to actually conclude the WandaVision trilogy, as they're calling this? Going from WandaVision to Agatha all along to Vision Quest. Is it really a trilogy, or is it more just 3 different stories? One about WandaVision, one about Agatha, and then one about Vision. I don't know. Will we see Billy and Tommy? Tommy for sure, but will we see Billy, I guess, is the question. But yeah, the little like tears in reality here on the walls and on the TV definitely reminds me of the Hex from WandaVision. Interesting. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. Where should we go? I guess the only other thing here that I recognize, I think, is Devil Wears Prada. 2, to be specific. All right, we are 4 for 4 now on the mystery pin quest. So we are going to head over here and get in line to get the pin. Not too bad, actually. I thought it was worse. Pin bag secured here. So we found out you can do 3 per person over the duration of the expo. So maybe we'll get a little bit more to get others. Here's kind of a look at all the pins. Honestly, nothing here I super care for. But the Percy Jackson one looks cool, as well as the Shogun one. And Dancing with the Stars, honestly. So let's see what we get. And looky there, I got Percy Jackson. I love this pin. This is like a very nice, really good sized pin. Kind of impressed. 2 backs. And we also got the Shogun pin as well. So the 2 I said looked cool. Here at the Bluey movie booth, we got Bluey and Bingo meeting some guests over there. I know nothing about them, but boy do I know they're popular because they are invading my parks one by one. They look cool, I guess. All right, next up is the Disney Music booth here. Going to be going for a few of the different vinyls here. They finally released a new Epcot vinyl, so they're all pre-ordered, which is great. So they're just going to ship them home. Don't have to worry about like getting them back in my suitcase. Here at the Disney Cruise Line booth, we actually got some costumes here. This is for Miguel, I believe, at the Coco show, which would be on the Disney... which one's Coco? Treasure? I think the Treasure has Coco. Maybe the Adventure as well. And then over here, what is this? Is this from, oh, this is, it's either Pain or Panic, I don't know which one. But it's from Hercules. We saw the Hercules when we were on board the Destiny there. Lovely little Broadway show. And then we got the Disney Wish, my favorite Disney Cruise Line ship, here in the middle on display. I do love the Wish. It's my favorite, but the Destiny was also incredible. Of course, with the Marvel theme, I loved it. But overall, I think the Wish is a better ship. And the Magic was great, too. Had an amazing time on the Magic. Over here, we got all of the Atrium statues. This is so cool. I would not at all be surprised if we get the statue revealed for the Believe tomorrow at the Parks and Experiences panel. Wonder who it's going to be. I have no idea, to be honest. Got some Haunted Mansion cups as well. And a few little things down here. Walt Disney cruise travel documents. Cool. And some little mosaics over here. I love the Rapunzel one. Got Jiminy Cricket down there as well. Also some plates. I know somebody else who has a interesting collection of Disney Cruise Line plates, but no comment there. All right, let's check out the Walt Disney Archives booth. I always love the archive booth. So many cool like props and costumes and stuff. This one we got crates everywhere. Oh my gosh, look at that Tron Ares light cycle. That is awesome. So will this fit in my garage? I think Electra would share garage space with the light cycle. Why not? I love that. That is sick. Looks like they're gonna have a live unboxing at some point as well. This is cool. Got some Runaway magazines here from Devil Wears Prada, back from the original 2006 movie, as well as some from the sequel here. Came out last year. This year, I guess, actually. Looks like we got some more Tron stuff over here. Everything from Tron, Tron Legacy, and Tron Ares. And look at this from Tomorrowland, the 2015 movie. I love Tomorrowland. I really wish it did better, so we got more stuff in that style of a movie. Maybe someday. But over here we got some original props from the 1982 Tron. It's crazy how your identity discs go from here to the Legacy version to Ares. That's so cool. I also love how these are just like Sharpied on tags instead of the printed ones, but so cool to see. Some Inspector Gadget stuff down there as well. Look at this, one of the original captains from Star Tours, back from before 3PO was your pilot. This was your guy who would fly you around. This is from the Disneyland version, 87 to 2011. So there's a few crates lying around still that I believe are like actual crates that they're still yet to unbox. That's probably what part of the live unboxing is. We got a bunch of like Indiana Jones style stuff in here, magical relics it says. That's kind of cool. Over here looks like we got some Muppet Vision stuff, as well as the Muppet Show, Muppet Treasure Island, all Muppets. Nothing I care about, but there's the Muppets, so that's cool, I guess. Just outside of the archive booth, we have the Honda booth, and their cars are themed to Encanto. Got a few nice little Encanto photo ops as well, one here with the entire family, and then you have Mirabelle back over there as well. Looks like we got a Honda Odyssey, and I don't remember what the other one was, maybe an Accord, but I believe they have free pins, so we're definitely going to get some of the free pins. Some nice little Casita decals here on the Honda Odyssey. Lovely little flower bouquet type thing on top as well. Actually, kind of nice on the inside. Kind of shocked. You know me. I will be loyal to Tesla forever. I will never be able to give up full self-driving and everything that Tesla has to offer. But I can appreciate when you see some good stuff in other cars here. This looks like a MDX. I don't know if that's a trim or if that's the actual model. I know a lot about oh, it's an Acura MDX, I believe. This is very nice on the inside, actually. I like that display. I don't like their weird like little button system there in the middle for the gear shift. It's kind of odd. I'll stick with my touchscreen and auto shift. Auto shift is like the best thing ever. Look at this, guys. This is a full model of Pirates of the Caribbean, complete with audio, water, and all. This is the coolest thing ever. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at the boat go by. I would buy this. Wow, there's the load and unload station. This is so cool. This is the Disneyland version, of course. You can tell by kind of the ending there. This is awesome. Here is the Lorcana booth. I tried for the 1 o'clock virtual queue as well. Unfortunately, it did not happen. So I'm going to be back at it tomorrow with the virtual queues. But they actually have like a full-on playing area here where you can play with other people and trade and whatnot. So that's cool to see. I believe they have collection quests going on here as well. You can see they got trade boards set up. So pretty sure it's, oh, good Lord, look at all this. Yeah, trading all day long. Just outside the Lorcana booth here, and look who we ran into, Kyle Paolo himself. Nana, this is for you. She watches you all the time. She loves your videos. Every day, it's how she starts her day.
Well,
so great running into you, Kyle.
Great,
we'll see
right
you
by the
around.
Lorcana,
Right
too.
by the Lorcana is where you can see the tables over here.
All these
they
cards.
got people everywhere. It's insane.
This is cool.
Crazy.
Cool.
So back here by the Lorcana booth, we do have the little collection quest boards. These are the same things that they had in Epcot when they did the Festival of the Arts collection, which I do believe will be returning this year. So can't wait for that. Okay, so I kind of figured out what's going on here now. This is just the Lorcana booth for the collection quest and the photo op. This is the Ravensburger booth with the massive line with the virtual queue. So when you get your virtual queue, this is where you would come back to buy the products and such. Wow, this is crazy. They got all the products out here as well. Let's take a look at some of that stuff. Hopefully we can get in. I'd love to. We'll find out. Yeah, so after your virtual queue gets called, you still have this massive line here to wait in. And then up there where it says official stores where you buy it. All types of cool stuff. Like I would willingly give them money, but they ain't gonna let me in. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have better luck. The stuff out here is kind of cool, just some different characters. Oh, this is for Villainous, their other like board game thing that they have. Over here in the very back side of Hall C is Salon 64. This is the Club 33 lounge here at D23. Very jealous, would love to get in there. If anybody knows anyone with Club 33 access, hit me up. Look at this costume up here, guys. This guy has the little like bunny or like kangaroo droid. I think it's supposed to be a kangaroo from Star Tours. The one that says bye-bye. I love that. Okay, the line for the Marvel TVA experience thing is toned down a little bit, so I think we're gonna hop in and try it. It'd be crazy not to do it today. I do have to go back and start getting ready for the entertainment showcase soon, but we gotta try it out before we go. All right, we have made it to the front of the line for the TVA experience. Cannot wait to see what all's in here and how it differs from last year. All right, it's our turn to head in now. TVA experience, your next assignment, it says. We got one of the TVA desks up here. It's actually OB's desk, if I remember correctly. And you can see the, I don't remember what that machine was. They used it for the time loom back there. Look at this model of the temporal loom here. You can see him walking out. That's so cool. Here's a better look at the repairs and advancement desk. We've made it inside here. We got one of the TVA ID badges here. I'll show you a better look here in a second when I can focus. Cool look at the suit for the time loom back there, all duct taped together. So many cool props and such through here.
Welcome everyone to the new and improved, caring, compassionate TVA. Congratulations, you all have been reassigned to repairs and advancements. Yeah, get excited. We have a quick orientation for you and then we'll get started. Enjoy.
Hey y'all, in case you need a reintroduction, I'm Miss Minutes, and welcome to the Time Variance Authority. Forget all you know about hunting and pruning variants. We now protect all timelines the same. Due to this recent reorganization of the TVA's priorities, you now have been assigned to one of the most prestigious departments we have, repairs and advancement. Just look around. This once lonely department of one is now home to every one of you. And oh, doggy, you better roll up them sleeves, cause there's no time like the present to learn on the job. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, we've had a few pesky time doors in need of repair now. We are counting on you to test them out and report back. Remember, they can transport you to any time and place. But here's the important thing. You can't stay in one place too long. Oh no, we absolutely under no circumstances want to of time. That would be catastrophic. Time to get to work, and oh yeah, have a beautiful day.
All right, our first time door here. Let's see where we are heading. I see books. Could this be the X Mansion? Looks like an X Mansion if I've ever seen one, certainly. Look at that. I already see some costumes from Doomsday, Mystique, Nightcrawler. Big X door there, like towards Cerebro, and a Sentinel head. Look at these costumes. Nightcrawler's looks amazing. Let's get an up-close look. All right, here's a more up-close look at Mystique's costume there. Love that, it looks great. The Nightcrawler, his swords. You know, to make those swords sometime. I love the like trench coat style jacket too. Very nice. Can't wait to see Kurt in Doomsday. The Sentinel head over here. There's a little plaque on the ground from out front of the school. next time door. Let's see where we're headed. Oh, I see Ant-Man. Looks like we are in the New Avengers Tower. We got Ant-Man here. We also got some costumes for Red Guardian, Black Panther, Bob, Captain America. Very cool.
Hey y'all, in case you need a reintroduction, I'm Miss Minutes, and welcome.
Something going on up there on the screen. It looks like the Fantastic Four are arriving. Of course, just as we saw in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene there. Think we'll get a new Doomsday trailer tonight? Hopefully, surely. And next time door here, looks like we are heading to Doom's Temple, his citadel here. And another Doctor Doom costume in front of his throne. Very cool. And through a time door again, looks like we are back to the TVA now. Well, with that is going to be it from day one here at D23 Expo. I got to head on back and start getting ready for the Honda Center event tonight. Tonight is the entertainment showcase, so hopefully a lot of news from Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Pixar, everything. That'll be its own video, so make sure you subscribe and get ready for that. That'll hopefully be coming in the near future after this. I don't really know for sure what my upload schedule will be like, but this theoretically should be the first video out from the Expo. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.